chapter of Expect the Unexpected by Arctic Vulpix. We are currently on chapter 52, and in the last chapter, we got a slight hint towards FNAF Free happening soon. So, looking forward to that when that happens, because things will be a little interesting. But for now, we're on chapter 52. Jeremy has found out that Hedy works at Freddy's and is not happy about it. So they're gonna have like a little talk. So let's just get right into the chapter then. And if you want to follow along, chapter link is in the description below as always for you to follow along and all that. So yeah, let's just get right into this, shall we? Chapter 52. Sibling Talk. The door slammed open, startling Rena. She looked up from the set she was working on and glanced toward the stairs leading down from her attic workshop. Frowning, she checked her watch. Sarah just left 5 minutes before, all the while complaining about Hedy being late for class if she slept in. Seriously? Sarah wasn't the one with the nighttime job. Hedy's first class didn't start until 9. It was Sarah who was obsessed with waking up at ridiculous hours. Rena really hoped it was Hedy. It better not be that nutty kid again. Ruby, was it? That idea went out the window as a harsh voice drifted up the stairs. Rena, you home? Hedy called from the bottom. Yeah? She leaned back until she could see her friend. Something was up. Hedy didn't usually sound so stressed. Even at times she probably should have been. My brother's coming over in a few minutes. I hate to ask, but do you think you could make yourself scarce for a couple of hours? Rena paused, but didn't say anything as she came down. Hedy wheeled backwards out of her way. Is everything okay? Yeah, just personal family stuff, Hedy muttered, instinctively tugging on her hair again. Never actually met your brother face to face. He cute? Rena asked as the faint sound of another car pulled into the driveway. He's over 30 and married, Hedy deadpanned. Didn't answer my question. Oh, shut up and get out of here, he said, hitting Rena on the arm lightly. Okay, let me get my stuff, Rena shrugged and wiped the grin off her face. Hedy watched as her roommate shuffled up the stairs at an unconcerned pace. Rena was a good friend. She knew when not to question Hedy's need for privacy. Then again, she was likely going to demand answers later. The door opened again and Hedy turned to see Jeremy looking around from the doorway. Huh, it's been ages since I've seen this place, he said reservedly. Rena came hopping down the steps, backpack slung over her shoulder. Oh, hey, Irina. We talked over the phone a couple of times? Hello, Jeremy. Nice to finally meet you. Cool. So, Hedy, I'm off to go to that meeting thing I'm late for. Need me to tell the professors you're not coming today? If you don't mind. Rena shrugged and waved as she closed the door behind her. Jeremy and Hedy just stayed there in the hallway, staring each other down. The eldest spoke first. You know, I never really stopped you from investigating what happened. He scowled and looked down. I probably should have. It wasn't the healthiest, but I understood. I needed the closure too. I even covered for you with Dad. Jeremy eyed his sister and leveled his stare like he did with his kids when they misbehaved. But even when you hit a dead end and couldn't go any further, we agreed you would never go near that place. And you didn't. You let it go for years. What the heck changed? Hedy didn't answer, but lifted her gaze to glare at her brother. And now you're not, or only are you going there, but you're working there during the night shift as a mechanic. A mechanic, Hedy. What the hell? No swearing, he muttered. Oh, now she speaks. Oh, shut up. No, you shut up. I don't care what you have to do, but you are never going back there. You are going to call the manager or owner and tell them you quit. If you have to find a replacement, fine. Do that from home. But you are not going back there. This time, Hedy's anger edged up another notch. First off, we never agreed I wouldn't go there. You, not we, said it was too dangerous and I never went there, out of respect for you. It was never that place that scared me. It was never the animatronics that scared me. I knew it was dangerous because what you told me, but I wasn't afraid. Second, I never just let it go. How could I? I thought there was no one left to care about what happened. No one cared anymore. I even went looking for the detective. You know what he said? Drop it, kid. Third, I'm not quitting my job. I don't care what you say. They need me there. Jeremy put his hands to his face and stifled a frustrated scream. He then turned back to face his sister. He looked at him steadily as he bent his lanky self down to her level and put his hands on her shoulders. Hedy. The mechanic put her hands over his own. Her look softened as she felt him tremble. He was scared. He honestly was terrified for her safety. Sis, I've come way too close to losing you before. Don't make me go through that again. Please. Jer. He squeezed her brother's hand. Things are different now. The originals, the older versions don't want to hurt anyone. The toys, a couple times at least, don't want to hurt people. But even if they could, they wouldn't hurt me. Believe me, please. Jeremy didn't look up. Why can't they hurt anyone? That girl, Ruby made a deal with them. She made a deal with the old ones too, but I'm not sure on the details. They're a little odd. I'm still not sure what their motives for stuffing night guards was. Whatever it is, Ruby changed her mind. Anyway, the deal was if she could survive all week, then they could ever hurt anyone again as long as she worked there. The originals, her friends, don't make that face, Jeremy couldn't help her out. And if they killed her, things would keep going as they were. He sighed. She's insane. That isn't half of it. She never used the doors and never stayed in the office. What? Instead, she ran around the place setting pranks and annoying everyone, myself included. Wait, Jeremy interrupted. When did you come in? Why weren't the toys going after you? Hedy swallowed. Hedy? They, weren't in great shape after being in storage for so long, so I took the job to fix them about a month before they actually came to the restaurant. The girl kept talking as her brother tensed. They did hunt me. Jeremy looked ready to scream and cry at the same time. Jer, it's okay. I'm fine. They decided not to hurt me. I made friends with them. They trust me. This sounds like Stockholm Syndrome. It isn't, I swear. It would be if they were abusive and I kept defending them when they were. I don't. I'm okay with them being taught a lesson when they need it. I did it before, but now I let Ruby, or Foxy, handle it. I know the toys are evil sometimes, but they are changing. But they still want to kill people. Yes. But that's changing. Even before I met them, Maggle and Toy Freddy in particular were starting to question what they were doing. It was the puppet's fault, and they... Jeremy let go of her hand and sat back on his heels, staring at the floor. What is it? He smirked. It's just bizarre how you talk about them like people. They're self-aware, he said. I never got the memo. A little too busy trying not to die and have a little chat. What about the originals? You're not convincing me enough about those ones. They're not what you expect. I'm not sure how much they've changed, but Ruby trusts them like family. They may not like me, not sure why, but they've never hurt me. They're actually just as docky as the next person. She smirked slightly. Golden Freddy, call her Goldie by the way, is a huge fan of Harry Potter. Of all of them, she's the least hostile to me. Jeremy couldn't help the snort, but he quieted and went back to frowning at the floor. He didn't let him sit there for a minute in silence. After a while, he finally said something that Hedy had been dreading. You didn't answer my question. What changed? What made you change your mind and break your promise about not going near that place? It was Hedy's turn to tremble. She leaned forward and put her elbows on her knees as she buried her head in her hand. Jeremy let her be. I got a call from Uncle Scott while I was at your house this summer. He left a message. Several, actually. It was due that last week before he retired, like he promised. And he started talking about some really weird stuff. The animatronics, white eyes, something I had to find, boxes, suits, files. He kept mentioning that it was these last week over and over again. I didn't think it was important until I finally found the last message. Why? Jeremy decided to let his confusion over the white eyes details slip. What was special about that? That was just an eye vision, right? He was still. She sniffed. He said he was sorry for what happened and said I needed to come. I haven't heard anything else from him since. I can't find him anywhere. There was a heavy silence over the house. Jeremy couldn't move. It wasn't true. It couldn't be. The man looked up at the sound of sobs. He didn't cry often, but when she did, it was usually only a few tears. Not this time. Wordlessly, he picked up his little sister from her chair and carried her into the living room. She didn't protest, and she instead held onto his neck like she did when she was a little girl. They sat next to each other on the couch, TV and lights off, as Hedy cried on her brother's shoulder. She didn't want to admit it, but it was actually a relief not being the only one who knew Scott was gone. It was them, wasn't it? Jeremy finally said when Hedy's sobs had subsided to shuddering sniffles. His voice was laced with disbelief and dull anger. She nodded, head still leaning on his shoulder. He was gone long before Ruby came and stopped them. But if you had killed a lot of people and someone who knew your victim said they knew you did it, how would you react? How many people have I killed? Jeremy asked. Too many. Then at that point, I wouldn't care very much. But I might be afraid about being caught. Maybe I would taunt them? That's not what happened. What do you mean? I told the originals I knew they killed him. Jeremy tensed again. Why? I wasn't thinking straight. Maybe I wanted to test them. But when I said I was Scott's niece, they were shocked. Guilty. Guilty? I don't understand them. They killed far more people than the toys have, yet they act guilty as if they never wanted to. I hope you aren't expecting an answer from me, Hedy. Hedy shook her head and wiped her tears away. You're still going tonight, Jeremy murmured. You haven't even really tried to convince me not to. You just listened. I've known you your entire life, Wig. Nothing I say or do, short of committing you to an insane asylum, would stop you. But I have to know. What are you looking for? Answers. I'm not sure who has them, though. He grunts at the nickname. Do those monsters know who you are? Not really. I don't call them monsters. They're going to ask a lot of questions tonight. They might connect the dots now that you're here. He wins. Ashley, goaded you the whole time. She's probably the only one who's going to be on our side tonight until the others calm down about me lying. Come with me tonight. What? I'm serious. You obviously don't believe me about them being safe. I wanted to introduce you properly. They just remember you as that one particular night guard. Jerry hesitated, every survival instinct in his body on fire, but he knew he couldn't stop Hedy from going. She'd tase him if it came to that, and if things went wrong, then at least he'd be there to keep her safe. Fine, but I'm not making friends. They killed Scott. I'm not letting that go, and I'm not just going to forget how many times those freaky boxes almost shoot my face off. And if the penny-wearing chicken takes off her beat, then I'm okay. Word of advice: don't insult or talk bad about the animatronics. Why? We're gonna hurt their feelings? He scoffed. No, but Ruby and I might hurt you. He flinched at the look in her eyes. Whatever, he muttered petulantly. Oh, and I wouldn't say anything bad about Boxy. After Ruby's through with you, you probably wish that the animatronics had finished the job instead, he added after a moment's thought. Jeremy gulped nervously. And that's the end of chapter 52. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, a short chapter. It was basically talk between he and Jeremy. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, go leave a review. That's why we also have the link, so you can go follow, click that link in the description, as I said at the beginning, so you can leave a review and let the author know what you think. So, you don't need an account, it just means the author can't respond. So, but yeah, we're done here. And be sure to subscribe. I upload new videos every Friday and Saturday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next chapter of A Treasure Discovery.